On the President Provost broadcast that kicked off the fall 2019 semester, I previewed a few of the things that are coming up on the podcast. If you haven't caught some of those, you can go back and check out our Mind the Gap episode. But I also announced that we want to help you share the gift of podcasts. And so, in order to encourage those of you who have discovered the joy of podcasts to share the gift, we are going to do something special beginning now through September 30th, 2019. If you show a colleague how to subscribe to a podcast, and we hope it's Our College Your Voices, but it can barely be anything you want, just take a quick selfie together. I will make a donation of $1 to your campus's Circle of Ivy for each new subscriber from your campus. Now, because we can't just look at our subscriber numbers and tell where you're from, you do have to take one additional step to make this happen so I know which campuses should get the money. Just upload the photo and fill out the quick form. It just asks for both of your names at link.ivytech.edu/give pod. That's link.ivytech.edu/GIVEPOD. You have a chance to take up to $500 split across our campuses out of my pocket to increase the dollars available for Circle of Ivy grants this fall. And if your photos get especially creative, or perhaps if you share the gift of podcasts more than anyone else, there might be a couple of additional special prizes sent directly to you. So remember that sharing is caring, and share the gift of podcasts with your colleagues. Welcome to Our College Your Voices. I'm your host, Kara Monroe. The college is making a change to its leadership development program model by modifying two existing programs, Leadership Institute and the Executive Leadership Cohort, into a new program called Pathways to Peak Leadership, or as I just learned from our guest you're about to meet, PPL. Today, we have two members of our talent development team here to discuss this new program. I'm excited to welcome my guests, Rachel Williams. Hi, Rachel.
Hello. I'm happy to be here.
Good. It's great to have you here. Can you tell us a little bit about what you do here at Ivy Tech?
Sure. I am the Executive Director of Talent Development. I've been here about 5 years. So I work with all of our talent development programs and work to make sure that we are developing our staff and faculty at the college.
Excellent. Very good. And Kirsten Beal. Kirsten, welcome back to the podcast.
Thank you.
Can you tell us a little bit about what you do here?
Yeah, I serve as the Assistant Vice President for Talent Development, and I really oversee a lot of the strategy that goes into how we create a pipeline of talent for our college for the current and future roles that we have.
Excellent. Very good. I got to learn about this program a little bit at some of the Executive Council meetings, so I'm excited to share it with our listeners. So why is the college developing this new program?
Well, over the past few years, we noticed a number of trends really happening within the college. First off, as we all know, we've experienced a lot of change. Because of that, our talent needs are changing really quickly, and our ability to provide training in a timely manner is becoming increasingly important. We felt as though our current programs or our previous programs, the Leadership Institute and executive level leadership, weren't as responsive as we needed them to be. We were noticing that our participants were becoming increasingly busy, being pulled in a lot of different directions with the new experiences and challenges that all of this change had brought. And it was becoming a challenge for them to attend our cohort-based programs with all of the competing demands that they had on their plates with their increasing roles. And so that really prompted us to take a look at what we were doing for our senior and executive level leaders and consider making changes. And with those changes, we created Pathways to Peak Leadership.
So describe the new program for us, Pathways to Peak Leadership, and how is it different from the two existing programs that are being replaced?
So this really kind of relates to the benefits of the program. There are a lot of different new attributes about this program that are different than our others. For one, we do not have a cohort-based model where we're meeting every 6 or 8 weeks at a time. So we still have cohorts, but they are not meeting with us as frequently. The program is a lot more individualized, and it includes components such as 360-degree assessment, as well as one-on-one leadership coaching with an external leadership coach. We'll also incorporate an individual development plan. We'll have a one-day orientation where participants will be introduced to the program and all the components of it. We'll also have different workshops that they will attend quarterly. And we'll have customized learning experiences, which is really developed around their needs and what they want to focus on for their development.
As somebody who's used almost all of those tools, you all have been kind enough to do a 360-degree assessment for me. I've used one-on-one leadership coaching. I always have an IDP or an individual development plan that I'm working on. And then, lots of every opportunity I can take for those things. I think it's a great mix of things. You really sort of surveyed what works for folks. So that's a wonderful opportunity.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So what are the expected benefits of the new program?
I think the new program is going to be a lot more on demand and personalized to the needs of the employee themselves, relating to their career goal and the traits and the skills that they need to develop in order to reach those career goals. It will include a lot less time away from their role and from campus, simply because of that one-on-one coaching, and they'll get to pick and choose the workshops that they attend. Mm-hmm. It's also going to be a lot more responsive to the changing needs of the college. And one of the really exciting benefits is that the workshops will be open to all employees of the college. We'll open them first to participants of Pathways to Peak Leadership. Mm-hmm. As soon as we get to 5 weeks before the workshop itself, we'll open any extra slots to any employee who is interested in attending. Obviously, we'll have a maximum capacity for the workshop, but it really allows us to impact the growth and development of all of our employees.
I really loved that feature when I heard it being rolled out. I think that that's a real benefit too. And that you can customize it, because I always have an employee or two in my team that's going through one or the other program, and they'll come back from almost every session just really jazzed. But there's always one where like, so now it's really, you get to direct that, which I think is so good.
Exactly. We find that some participants are already skilled enough in a certain competency or area, and maybe they don't select that workshop, and that's fine.
Absolutely. Very good. So it's on demand. It's obviously going to benefit new people, but how does the capacity of this new program compare to the capacity of the two existing programs that you're phasing out?
For each cohort of Pathways to Peak Leadership, we will select 12 participants. Mm-hmm. Now, the nice feature of this program is that we will begin selecting new participants for the next cohort about halfway through the original cohort selection process. Mm-hmm. And they will start the program while the other group is finishing up or wrapping up their program. So we'll have two cohorts really going at one time. Whereas in the past, we had to wait 2 years between program start dates. Right. So it allows us to get a lot more people through a developmental experience and opens those opportunities up to more individuals.
Very good. So if somebody has already completed one of the prior programs, would they benefit from participating in Pathways to Peak Leadership?
Absolutely. There are a number of different new components to this program that I think that any participant would be able to pull from and learn something new. Also, they're most likely at a new place in their career. And so it's always a great opportunity to take a look at where they are, reevaluate, and spend time on their professional development. And this is a great way to do that in a personalized way.
So who should consider applying to this program, or who would be a good candidate?
So we have different qualifications for all of our leadership development programs. And the qualifications that we have determined for this program, Pathways to Peak Leadership, are that employees are full-time employees and they have excellent performance in their current role and really are high in leadership potential. Mm-hmm. Also, someone who is seeking a senior level or executive level leadership position within the college, and someone who really models our core values, is really dedicated to the mission, has a positive attitude and collaborative, and really is a team player. We also are encouraging individuals who have been employed with the college for at least 1 year and are already serving in entry to mid-level positions.
To build off of what Rachel was talking about, one of the most important aspects that we're looking for is someone who is interested in taking that next step career-wise into a senior or executive level leadership position, such as executive director, dean, assistant or associate vice chancellor, assistant vice president, or even chancellor or vice president.
Excellent. If somebody is interested in applying for Pathways to Peak Leadership, what do they do?
So we'll have information about our program application process. But one thing that is a big highlight too for this program is that we're going to have a rolling application process. So applications will always be available for participants to complete and turn in. So we'll have that via the Adobe Sign process, and we'll have more information as we get closer to the application release date,
which will be in October.
Okay.
This fall is when we'll start publicizing applications. We'll be sending an email statewide, and you can also check out our talent development website at Ivy Tech. Additionally, for the first cohort, applications will be due after the first of the year.
Okay.
And one other way to really stay in touch and make sure that you are on top of when these applications are being released is to follow us on LinkedIn. We have a LinkedIn page, and it is Ivy Tech Community College Talent Development.
Excellent. Very good. I do follow. I need to share more, though. You guys do a good job of posting stuff. I need to get out there and share more. So very good. Every episode ends with a call to action. So for this episode, make sure you do follow the talent development team on LinkedIn, and we will link to their profile in our show notes, and check out information about Pathways to Peak Leadership and all the other programs that they do on the talent development website. Can you get to the talent development website? It's just in My Ivy, right? On the employees page, or
it's actually in on the Ivy Tech website.
On the Ivy Tech website.
Just use the search bar.
Excellent. And I will post a link to that as well. Thank you for joining this episode of Our College, Your Voices. I want to thank the members of our panel again today, Rachel Williams and Kirsten Beal. Ladies, thank you both for joining us today. I'm your host, Kara Monroe. You can connect with me on Twitter at KNM Tweets. Our producer is Ann Valentine. Ann is on Twitter at Indy Penny. Don't forget, you can always connect with us in our Microsoft Teams listener community. If you are an Ivy Tech faculty or staff member, just go into Microsoft Teams, click on the Teams button on the left-hand side, scroll down to the bottom and find the Join a Team button. Click that, and then you will see the Our College, Your Voices listener community. Just click that and you are in. All of our old connection methods still work, or all of our existing ones, I guess. I shouldn't call them old. You can reach us by email at ourcollegeyourvoices@ivytech.edu. Leave us a voicemail at 317-572-5049. Our website is ivytech.edu/podcast. Production assistance for this and every episode provided by Becky Campbell, Sarah DeWitt, and the Ivy Tech Community College marketing team. Our podcast concept is by Matthew Pittman. Theme music, recording, and post-production services provided by Jen Eads at the Brassie Broadcasting Company. We will talk to you next time on Our College, Your Voices.